Hit it, Phil.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can it be the breeze that fills the trees with rare and magic perfume? Oh, no, it isn't the breeze. It's Jackson time. La-da-da-da.
Stay tuned.
Right after this episode.
For our discussion.
From Television City in Hollywood. The Jack Benny program with Jack's special guests Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner, brought to you by new Pink Lotion Lux Liquid, the liquid that's both mild to hands and hard-working in the dishpan. And new Lux Beauty Soap with a wonderful skin purifier added to help your complexion look beautifully clear.
Did you hear the wonderful news about New Lux?
New Lux actually helps prevent skin blemishes. It's marvelous.
Yes, everybody's talking about wonderful New Lux. Now you can actually purify with Lux as you beautify with Lux. Because a gentle but marvelously effective new skin purifier has been added to Lux. Just think, now every time you wash or bathe with New Lux, you're actually helping to purify your skin. Purify away complexion troublemakers. Purify your skin to look so much fresher, so much clearer. And new cream-enriched Lux helps keep you smoother all over. Hollywood's most beautiful stars say they love New Lux with its gentle but marvelously effective skin purifier. Discover New Lux for yourself. New Lux purifies as it beautifies.
Mr. Elliott's office? No, I'm sorry. Mr. Elliott won't be able to see you tomorrow. He's flying to New York for a meeting with Mr. Paley. Thank you.
Look, miss, I've been waiting for Mr. Elliott here for over 20 minutes, and I'm a pretty busy man.
I'm sorry. I told him it was important. He said he'd be with you in just one moment.
Every time I come up here, it's the same thing. Just one moment. Just one moment. Well, the next time I come up here, I don't want to be kept waiting.
Well, I won't be able to do anything about that, because today is my last day on this job.
Oh, you're not going to work here anymore?
That's right.
Well, then I've got news for you. You're very lucky. I wouldn't say this if you weren't leaving, but your boss, Mr. Elliott, is the most overbearing smart aleck that I've ever known. I have to do business with him, otherwise I'd hate him. By the way, I hope you won't have a problem when you leave here finding another job.
Oh, I won't be looking for another job.
You won't?
No, I'm marrying Mr. Elliott.
Oh.
I'll tell the overbearing smart aleck you're still here.
Yes?
Mr. Benny is still waiting. He seems to be getting impatient.
Oh, well, see if you can stall him a few minutes more. Well, come in, come in.
What's up, Bill? You pulled us out of a production meeting. What's wrong?
Jack Benny's in the outer office.
Oh, no. What's it going to be this time? Why? What are you worried about?
You and you here. Every time Benny comes to this office, he makes another ridiculous demand.
Well, after all, he is a big star, and we're supposed to keep him happy.
Yes, but how far can you go? We've already painted the studio blue to match his eyes.
Yes, and we've even put a rocking chair in his dressing room.
Yeah. I wonder what he wants this time.
Well, there's no sense waiting. He's out there. We're going to have to see him.
I suppose you're right. Send in Mr. Benny. Say, boys, if he gets too tough, we can threaten to take away one of his makeup men.
Certainly. We'll make him get along with 3. Now, wait a minute. You mean Benny needs 3 makeup men?
Are you kidding? He used 2 when he was in radio.
You can go in now.
Oh, thank you.
Well, hello, Jack.
Hello, Mr. Elliott.
Come right in. You know Mr. Thomas over there.
How are you, Mr. Thomas?
This is Jim Shuttleworth. He's new here.
How do you do?
Jack, I'm sorry I kept you waiting, but sit down and tell us what's on your mind.
Well, obviously you 3 gentlemen are busy, so I'll get right down to the point. Mr. Elliott, how long have I been with CBS?
Well, I should say
I'll
about
tell you. 12 years.
12 years. How time flies.
Yeah. Gee, you know, when I first came to work here, you didn't have a gray hair in your head. But in the 12 years that I've been with CBS, I've been working as an entertainer, right?
That's right. Very good, too.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But I feel that I've come to a point now in my career where I'd like to broaden out a little bit. You know, make use of all of my talents.
Well, that's only natural, Jack. What would you like to do?
Well, I think that besides starring in my own show, I'd also like to direct it.
Oh, come now, Jack. What's really on your mind?
Well, now, wait a minute. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I mean, I don't want to be just a comedian. I want to be a director.
But, Jack, you're so busy performing on your show. Why should you take on the responsibilities of a director, too? It's not easy to act and direct at the same time.
Oh, I don't know. Marlon Brando does it.
All right, Jack. Marlon Brando does it. But I don't think...
Mr. Elliott, I'm not interested in what you think. I have a contract that states that I can direct a CBS show anytime I feel that I'm ready. And I am ready.
Yes, but look, Marlon, I will admit that legally CBS has given you the right to become a director. But surely you're not going to hold us to it.
Oh, yes, I am.
But, Jack, you...
Look, Bill, how do we know? He might turn out to be a fine director. And anyway, it isn't as though he wants to direct Playhouse 90. If he wants to direct his own show, let him.
Do you know I think you're right? Okay, Jack, go ahead. Direct your own show.
Well, thank you, Mr. Elliott. Thank you very, very much. Gentlemen, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. So long.
How could you let him get away with a thing like that?
Now, look, Jack is an intelligent man. Sure, he's a little enthusiastic now, but when he thinks it over, I'm sure that he'll realize it's all wrong. And he'll drop it. Believe me, if I know Benny, he'll do nothing to hurt his own show.
Well, I hope not.
Gentlemen,
Yes, Jack?
after I left your office, I thought about it, and I've changed my mind. I don't think it would be right for me to direct my own show.
You see? You see?
So instead of that, I've decided to direct Playhouse 90.
But, Jack, you brought it up. You would mention Playhouse 90. You and your big mouth.
Don't stop, Mr. Elliott. No, don't stop him. I deserve it. I'm still free.
Well, we'll see the new director in action in just a minute. But first, I'd like to direct your attention to some of the differences between dishwashing liquids. For example, here's one that's mild enough for hands but doesn't clean dishes the way you'd like. Here's another that's all right for dishes but not mild enough for hands. Believe me, neither one of them gives you the double advantage you get with new Pink Lotion Lux Liquid. I say double advantage because new Pink Lotion Lux Liquid is both mild to hands and hard-working in the dishpan. How can this be? Well, lever research scientists have discovered a selective formula that works hard against hard surfaces like dishes and glasses, and yet is so gentle, your hands don't even know it's there. So, if you want your dishes to have a diamond sparkle and your hands to be lotion lovely, be sure you get new Pink Lotion Lux Liquid directly. Now, let's go next door to Studio 43, where Playhouse 90 is in rehearsal.
Howard, look, what's holding up a rehearsal?
Benny isn't here yet.
Oh. Well, in the meantime, can we put the kids through the musical number?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Miss Wood, Mr. Wagner.
Right here.
we're waiting for Mr. Benny, would you two mind running through the number you have in the second act?
Sure, we'd be glad to.
I hope I can remember it.
Just do it the best you can. I want to get it down for time.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie. Music. Okay, everybody, take 5. We'll continue just as soon as Mr. Benny gets here.
You know, I still can't get over it. Jack Benny directing a dramatic play.
Well, you know, R.J. might be very good. After all, if I remember correctly, didn't Jack direct The Horn Blows at Midnight?
No, honey. He didn't direct The Horn Blows at Midnight. He was in it.
Oh. Well, who directed it?
I did. Well, I'm sure that if CBS assigned Jack to direct this production, they must know what they're doing.
Oh, of course. Of course they do.
All right, everybody. Here comes Mr. Benny.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late, but you know what these conferences are.
Mr. Benny, these script changes, have you seen them?
Seen them? I made them. Now, everybody, before we get... Oh, Bob. How are you?
Hello, Jack.
How are you, Bob? And Natalie, sweetheart. Now, it's so nice to have you with us. Now, I think we have a very, very good script, so we might as well get started with the rehearsal, right? May I have my chair, please?
Where did they get that chair?
They took it out of his dressing room.
If they put a shawl on him, he'd look like Whistler's mother.
We'll take that very first scene. And, I think before we do, we ought to get the idea. We ought to sort of try to remember this a little. Now, this scene is where you have just finished doing your act. Remember, in Chicago, you see? So you're all alone in your hotel room waiting for word from a New York producer. And you're very, very nervous. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right over here. Okay, we'll take it from the start of the scene. You know where the scene starts. Action.
Why don't we hear from him? Why? Why?
Well, honey, it's only 9:30. Don't be so impatient.
It's waiting. It means so much to us.
When that telegram comes, it means we'll be headed for the big time. We'll be Broadway bound.
I hope you're right.
Hold it a minute. Who's making all that noise?
It's your rocking chair.
Oh, Miss Schultz, will you please see that there's... Miss Schultz, will you please see that there's a new rocking chair in my dressing room? Thank you. All right, we'll go back to the first couple of lines.
But this waiting, it means so much to us.
I know it does. But when that telegram comes, it'll mean we'll be headed for the big time. We'll be Broadway bound.
I hope you're right. The door.
I'll get it.
Telegram.
Oh. Here you are.
Thank you.
Here, I'm too nervous. You read it.
Hold it. No. Hold it.
Well, what's the matter, Jack?
Well, darling, it wasn't your fault. You were wonderful in it. Bob, it was you. I mean, for instance, get that move that you made to the door. I mean, here you are, nervously expecting a telegram. That means your whole future. And you just leisurely walk to the door. Now, that's not... Here, let me show you. You were darling. You were wonderful. Now, let me show you how you do this. Miss Crowley, please. Knock on the door, please.
The door.
I'll get it. Well, anyway, you get the idea. You're supposed... A little emotion there. A little action. You know what I mean. All right, now let's take it. Let's take it from the knock at the door.
I'll get it.
Well, Bob, open the door.
I can't. You've got the knob.
Hey, put the knob back on the door, will you? All right, now we'll take it again from that. You were just one. All right, now take it again from the knock on the door. Now.
The door.
I'll get it.
Telegram.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Here, I'm too nervous. You read it. Here.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Hold it just a minute. It's nothing. It's nothing that you kids have done. It's just that I have to decide on something here. Now, I don't know whether it would be... Which would be better in this scene? If you grab the telegram away from her, or if she handed it to you. Let me think about that for a minute.
Mr. Benning.
Yes.
I think it'd be much more dramatic if he grabbed the telegram from her.
Well, yes. Wait a minute. I'm directing this. You had your chance. All right. We'll try it that way with your... I don't know. There's something bothers me. I don't know whether it's the furniture. Now, for instance, look where they got that couch. Right by it. This is ridiculous. Fella, let's move this set a little bit. This has been bothering me all the time we've been rehearsing. Bob, help me with this, would you please? I want to move this couch away from her. That's it. Right, wait a minute. And look where they got that lamp. Right up there, in the way of there. Natalie, come here just a second, will you, darling? Just hold this a minute while I... That's right. Just a little bit. That's fine. Thank you, sweetheart. You see, I'm very much. You see, I want this to go real good because you may get a good job after this. You know.
Moving pictures or moving furniture?
That was good. I'll tell you what, kids, move this over to the wall. Over there by the wall. That'll be better, I think. All right. Now we'll take it again from where you're walking to the door.
I'll get it. I doubt whether this is going to work.
Yeah, that is a problem there, isn't it? Let's see.
Maybe you could bring the telegram boy in through the window.
No, all of that is a thought. That is a thought. I'll tell you what, fellas, bring the couch back here. I think it was all right in the first place. Didn't you think so, Miss Schultz? Huh? I see. All right.
What's the matter with him, anyway?
I don't know. Maybe he's sore at us because we didn't invite him to our wedding.
Oh, I'm sure Jack would never be sore about a thing like that.
All right. Now, come on. We'll take this scene over again from the knock on the door. Action!
The door.
I'll get it.
Telegram.
Oh. Here you are.
Thank you.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, Ralph.
Jack.
This is awful.
What did we do wrong now, Jack?
What?
What's wrong?
It wasn't you. I was just concentrating on the messenger boys. Look, fella. Look. Here is a man eagerly waiting for a telegram. He's nervous about it, and you come in with a big smile on your face. I mean, that's not the way to do it. Come here, let me show you. Come here. I'll show you how I want this done. All right? Now, we'll take it right from the knock on the door.
The door.
I'll get it.
Telegram.
Here you are.
Thank you. Now, that's what right there. Now we got it. Now, that's the way I want it.
Jack, you didn't give me back the tip.
Yeah. Now, the lights.
The tip.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Bob. You know, what happened was I was concentrating on the messenger boy. There you are. There you are, sir.
A dime, I gave you a quarter.
All right, you gave me a quarter. Great big actor making such a fuss over a lousy 15 cents.
Look, Jack, we signed a contract to do this show, so as long as you're here, let's rehearse it and get it over with. All right?
Well, what good is rehearsing it? I mean, all you do is rehearse it, you don't give it anything. You don't play it. There's no emotion, no emotional impact, no acting.
Well, Jack, I would never claim that we did it perfectly. But I will say that perhaps there's a difference between the way that you would interpret it and the way that we would interpret it.
Oh, I see. And you feel, of course, that your interpretation is better than mine.
That's right.
Well, I'd like to ask you, kid, something. How long have you been in show business?
Well, I've been in show business for about 15 years, Jack.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been in show business about 10 years.
I see. Well, I have news for you. I've been in show business over 45 years. I guess that settles something.
The only thing that settles is his right age.
I heard that. Now, listen. We're going to rehearse this scene once more. And you're going to get it right this time, or I'm just going to have to get another couple to take your place.
Wait a minute. You mean that if we don't do this scene the way you want us to do it, you'll fire us?
That's exactly what I mean. And the fact that you didn't invite me to your wedding has nothing to do with it. Now, come on. Let's get this scene and get it right. Let's get a little guts into it.
Just
a little emotion.
All right, Jack. Now, this is the chance we've been waiting for. This is the chance we've been waiting for.
What do you mean?
Well, if we louse it up, you'll fire us.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Let's get this. Now, let's take it right from the beginning. And let's have a little acting in this. For heaven's sake. All right, action!
Why don't we hear from him? Why?
Honey, don't be so impatient. It's only 9:30.
Waiting. It means so much to us.
I know it does. But when that telegram comes, it'll mean we'll be headed for the big time. We'll be Broadway bound.
I hope you're right.
I'll get it.
Telegram!
There you are.
Thank you.
Here, I'm too nervous. You read it. Well, read it.
I can't.
You must.
I can't.
You must.
I can't.
When do we open? When?
Cut!
That's like that, Jack.
Now you got it! next scene, we'll take it just the way you did it. And camera, please. Camera. Camera. I'm going to take the same scene right from the beginning, and I'll be sitting up, take a crane shot.
That's great. Now what do we do?
Well, honey, you know, we're still young yet. Maybe we can make a comeback.
All right, kids, let's take it again. Just the way you did it the first time.
Honey, we're not that young. Let's get out of here.
Places, everybody. Places. Now, come on. Action. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where you all going? Wait a minute. Let me down. I'm the director. I'm the director.
Jack will be back with his guest stars in just a moment. But first, here's a how-to-do-it suggestion for today. How to get the benefits of toothpaste plus mouthwash from one product. Watch.
Miss Nora Hayden, lovely star of television.
An actress has to be doubly sure of keeping her breath and teeth attractive. So I've always used both toothpaste and mouthwash. Until I discovered I get the benefits of both in this new Stripe toothpaste.
Here's why. Stripe begins with the finest white toothpaste. This will clean and polish your teeth as well as any plain white toothpaste. But now, we add the super mouthwash ingredient hexachlorophene, the famous germ killer used by physicians and dentists. These red stripes tell you this is the hexachlorophene toothpaste Stripe, which gives you the benefits of toothpaste plus mouthwash. Stripe kills tooth decay germs better than any plain white toothpaste. And Stripe kills bad breath germs even better than the best-selling mouthwash. So, get the benefits of toothpaste plus mouthwash. Get Stripe.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'd like to bring out my guest stars. But first, I want to thank Warner Brothers for allowing Natalie Wood, the star of Cash McCall, to be on my program, and 20th Century Fox, the producers of Can-Can, for allowing Bob Wagner to appear tonight. Come on out, kids. Natalie Wood and Bob Wagner. You were both just wonderful. You know, you really were. Natalie, I hear that the two of you are in a picture together. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. It's called All the Fine Young Cannibals.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? You know something, Bob? I want to ask you, do you ever get jealous when Natalie is in a love scene with another actor? For instance, during the scene tonight, when I kissed her all the time, were you worried about Natalie?
Well, yes, I was worried, Jack.
I thought so.
I mean, with all this flu going around.
Oh.
You
I
mind...
just read my last line. Oh.
What? You mind if I say something, Jack?
No. Go right ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, even though we did kid about it tonight, we do want you to know that we did invite Jack to our wedding. Isn't that right, Jack?
That's right. That's right. I was there.
Yes. And any time you'd like to send a present, Jack, it'll be appreciated.
Well, look, it's only been 3 years. Stop hounding me. Anyway, kids, thanks again for being on my show.
So much.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week be sure to watch the George Gobel Show, sponsored by Stripe, the red and white toothpaste. Good night.
Well, hello again. This is Buck Benny speaking. I'm joined by John Henderson. Hey, John.
Hello.
And Kathy Fuller-Seeley. Hey, Kathy. And I'm, of course, Buck Benny, and I'm here to chat with you. We're going to discuss Jack Benny's show with Natalie Wood, a very young Natalie Wood. Lovely having her on here. And, of course, Robert Wagner, her husband. And they'll talk about how they've been married. I thought they were newlyweds, but it was, it's 3 years, I think, that they said.
3 years.
Yeah. And
Buck, tell us about your podcast. Everyone knows you from YouTube. Everyone knows my podcast, This Day in Jack Benny. But tell me about your podcast.
Well, my podcast is, well, I don't even know what it is, but it's good. It's a Jack Benny Show OTR podcast, and I've done it now. We're just about to 30 years that I've done it. So
Wow.
so that's a long time that I've been dinking around with it in different ways. But it's seriously for like 20. But before that, I was kind of playing with it. I was releasing it different ways. I released it initially, they were like, uh, I'd release the shows, but I wanted to talk about them, so I released them as like a DVD set on eBay where I'd introduce some of the episodes and things, and that sort of morphed into once podcasts came into existence, doing the podcast. So yeah, so it's been seriously about 20, probably
Wow.
17, 18 years that it's been a regular podcast. But it's so much fun to do, and this we always do shows on their anniversary date. So now we're on shows from 1955, 1945, 1940, and 1930. So they're whatever that is, 75 and 80 and 85 years ago or whatever it is. But we do I connect them together, and then I put the Phil Harris show kind of in between. So you get this Jack Benny sandwich of shows that we release twice a week, and I talk about them and introduce them, and it's so much fun to do. And so if you get out there to any of the podcast things, want to look for me, just type in Buck Benny, and you'll probably get, because I do that one, and then I do a Judy Garland one. That's a lot of fun to do, and my friend Mindy does all the intros on the Judy Garland's episodes, and she does such a brilliant job that I love being able to share those. I just started it. Interesting that John brings it up. I didn't tell John to bring it up or anything, but I've started like, how many new ones? Like 3 or 4 new ones. Some of them like in the last few weeks. So I have the Meet the Press, where it's the Meet the Press archive, and we present shows from exactly 65 years ago, from 1960. Our very first one that we had was from JFK, just days after he announced he's going to run for president. And it's so funny to hear him talk and hear that everything stays the same. Nothing changes much. And so when they're interviewing, what do they do? He's the young guy, right? So what do? You come on there and you go, so this whole president thing, have you thought about running for vice president? We think that you would make this a great vice president. They will not let it go, and they keeps going, no, I'm going for the president. Well, you as a vice president, it was like, I so much wanted him to grab them and say, next question, get me out of this mess. Because apparently he ran for vice. I didn't realize he was the vice presidential candidate running against Eisenhower in 1955. And I forgot who ran against Eisenhower that time.
Stevenson?
Yeah, might be. And so, yeah, and I didn't realize that. That's why it's so interesting hearing these, because he brings that up and things, and then they go on to some subject matter, and so it's interesting. It's a half hour long, but then the very next episode that I just presented this last week was somebody else. I can't even remember the guy's name. Maybe it was Snyder, something like that. Anyway, he was thinking about running for president too. Oh my gosh, he was like a older, knowledgeable Democrat from South. I think he was from Missouri or something. And the respect they had for him compared to JFK was just insane. Because the first question he gets is like, what would you do with nuclear testing? And would you, because we haven't done that in like 14 months, and neither has Russia, but Russia's been thinking, Russia says they're honoring this treaty, but maybe they're not. Can we detect if they're doing testing underground? And man, he rattles off such great, and I think they must have known going in that he would do that, because he's just so on every topic, and he's just nails it. And I was like, oh my God, I've never heard of this guy. But they can throw anything at him, and it's thoughtful, and they try, and you could tell he's like a old timer that knows what he's doing. So like they'll try and steer him to another question. He'll go, actually, let me finish that last one because there's this other piece, and then he'll talk about another section of it, and then they'll go, oh, that's interesting, and then they'll ask him more questions than that, and then eventually steer him. So a great half hour with him. I love it.
Where'd you find that archive?
I knew it existed because 15 years ago I bumbled into it and shared some of them, but I would pick and choose. I would be like, okay, they're not gonna like the one I just aired. I wouldn't have aired it 15 years ago because no one knows this guy. So I would air the JFK, I would air the MLK, I would air the RFK. Look, all the three-letter guys that we know who they are just from that. And so I would play those, which was great. But I knew there was a run, and it was a solid run. And so I was like, if I ever find that again, and then I bumbled into it again. And so, and it's basically from January 1960 for the next like 2 years. I think there's almost every episode that
Oh,
exists.
wow.
And then after that, it becomes, oh, there's 4 episodes from 1964, and then there's 12 episodes from 65, and which is nice having those too. But I thought, let's present the run that we have and do it that way. And so I come on and I talk and I introduce it and I talk a little bit about who the person is, and then we do the show. It's charming, and I'll keep doing it until, Meet the Press sends me a cease and desist letter or something. But I bumbled in that somebody else had done the piecemeal like I did, and then they stop. You know how so many podcasts just stop, and you go, "Oh, there's none since 2020 or something." And so I just looked at that and go, "Okay, well, if he got away with doing it for like 2 or 3 years, and he did it without getting them after him, then
but then he disappeared suddenly. It makes you think."
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it's so funny because you do this new podcast like this one. I think I had 3 views on the first episode. So, I mean, it's just so hard to break in a new podcast because everybody and his brother has a podcast, and chances are everybody and his brother is way more famous than me. So it's like, are they going to catch on? But I do that one, and I recently added one that I call Season's Greetings. And so what Season's Greetings is during Christmas we play Christmas episodes. Then we're playing a lot of New Year's episodes. Then we're going to grab Valentine's episodes. And so we're just going to kind of each season I'm going to see and play with it and do St. Patrick's Day episodes. And and I just thought that would kind of a fun. It's just kind of what I'm playing with. Because the deal is, it used to be to create a new podcast, it would be, I don't know, enough money that I go, I don't know if I want to buy it because it'd be like $100 to get it going or a little more or something. But now that I use Spotify for everything, you can do as many as you want, create new ones. They cost you nothing except for your time. So I'm like, I'll play around with this. And I started doing a few months ago, I started doing the Orson Welles podcast. What is it called? This is the Orson Welles podcast, or the Orson Welles commentaries podcast. And so, because he's so famous for them, this is Orson Welles. And so, and that's slowly building an audience. And we've released, we're doing all our commentaries that we do, right? The filmed where our parts filmed, and then the Orson is, of course, just audio with his pictures showing in the background. But I think I've got 4 months of that out there or something. But and I release those once a week. Every Orson Welles Wednesday, I release another one. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, I got a few podcasts out there. So if you look under Buck Benny, you'll find most of them and be able to see what you think of them. And I've tried various things over the years. I've got a bunch that are sort of half going and things, but anyway, it's all good. So, and John has a bunch too. You have This Day in Jack Benny. Are you still doing the Star Trek one every once in a while with your family?
I haven't done the Star Trek one in a long time. I've recorded a couple while they're still young, but I just don't have time to edit them and put them out. So I always tell myself, one day I'll get back to that.
Yes.
Which I'm sure a lot of podcasts, including this Meet the Press one, also say. But yeah, I'm pretty much sticking with Jack Benny for now. But you can listen to the archives of some of my other podcasts, yes, like Famous Stories. I've done all those episodes of Damon Runyon, and those are complete. So yeah.
That's nice.
So you can check out thisdaybenny.com. Thanks, Buck.
There you go. There you go. And for me, you did. What were you doing for me? If
I did Gee Whiz, so Andy Hardy and Archie Andrews and Henry Aldridge.
Yes,
so that was a lot of fun.
Yes,
yeah.
I love that. That was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't know. And then
I did pretty much every episode of those as well. So yeah.
Do you have those like released as a separate podcast of yours, or is it just on mine?
You can get them on their own feed, but again, it's not updating new episodes because
no, but at least you can find their feed.
But yeah,
you try to find them online, you'd have to dig so far back.
Yeah.
But I guess if you went into mine, there's a search feature or something. You type in Gee Whiz, you'd probably find them. But I think you'd be better off getting them from John, so they're sequential and everything. But fun stuff. Kathy, you need to start doing a podcast of some
apparently so. Yeah. I've been having I have such a wonderful time. You all are so generous and
I want you to do like
smart, and
breakfast with Kathy and have breakfast and tea and things and be like, oh, it's a beautiful day out today, and let's talk about that.
Well, right now I mostly keep my Facebook friends, some of whom I met in New York last week. They're going, oh, you used to post a whole lot of things about Jack Benny. There's still Benny's, but now all this silent film stuff. What do you post in everyday pictures and things you find? So indeed, I need to turn my written work into fun podcasts. But silent films don't work really well as podcasts.
Come on now.
Delete.
Well, you could talk over them and no one would notice. It's like, it's fine.
I could explain the action, and then
you won't be messing up the soundtrack or anything, so it's all good. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we should get on with our talk of Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner. Fun episode. It's fun to see them young on here. It's fun that it's live, so it's definitely a live feeling episode. I always have folks in the comments trash on me whenever I say this stuff, but oh well. The Jack Natalie Wood kissing stuff gets to feel a little creepy over time, and the fact that he's doing it right in front of her husband, who's there, I mean, that's probably better, maybe, I don't know, but even Wagner looks a little, like, okay, this is funny and stuff, but it's pushing it a little bit and things. I don't know, but to me, that doesn't hold up as well. Part of it is just in today's society, we wouldn't do that. I don't think. I think it's just too, and with the whole Me Too movement and everything, it's just not considered the right thing to do. Even if you're doing it as a joke, it just doesn't land like it should or whatever. And of course, we can't hold this to the same standards whatsoever. But it's just, I don't know. It would be interesting if we were watching this 2 decades ago. Would I still have the same feeling of oh, that's kind of creepy, or wouldn't? I don't know if I would or not. But anyway, John, what stood out in this episode?
Well, I'm glad that you took that on, so I wouldn't have to.
Yeah. So they can just get mad at me. Well, John's so wonderful. All he does is love the episodes.
No, I agree with that. And you know what? Even comedically, sometimes he does a similar gag and it works comedically. This one, it didn't seem to connect or make as much sense anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it was an interesting episode. I love the setup. I love the idea that, he's going to see the CBS executives and he wants to pitch the idea that he's going to direct. And yes. I thought the interplay with the CBS executives was really good.
Yes.
And then the payoff was excellent, where he comes in and they're like, oh, don't let him direct. And he's like, you want to direct an episode of Jack Benny? Fine. It's not like you want to do Playhouse 90. I thought that was a funny joke in itself. And then when he comes back and says, I've decided to do Playhouse 90. And then he strangles the guy. I wasn't expecting that. That's it was very funny. And then he's like, "Don't stop him. I deserve it." That was
I know that
that
I was going to make the same comment, man. That blew me away because I was not expecting a guy. You've never seen a guy who's getting choked go, "Yeah, keep choking me. I deserve it." And they did a good job of the choking. It looked like it was almost really choking, and the guy's like, keep going, I deserve this." I loved it. And the fact none of those guys, it's not like, it'd be one thing if it was Frank Nelson choking out Mel Blanc and they do this. It would have been funny. It probably would have been funnier in a way, but it's fun. You don't expect other people that are just random extra people on the show to be that funny, and they were great. They did a great. It was a total surprise, so I loved it.
Yeah.
And what's nice is a total surprise to these guys because this comes after the show, so it's not like we're spoiling anything. So
yes.
Yeah, Kathy, what stood out to you?
Well, on the one hand, we might as well start at the beginning. It's which we had recently been talking about another episode, one of the last of the Lucky Strikes, and how they're advertising it as the manliest thing you could possibly do would be to smoke Luckies. And here, the whole vibe is so incredibly different that you need this pink cotton candy lotion Lux that's so kind to your hands while you're doing the worst scrubbing possible, and that the soap is going to make you so beautiful. Television had a mass audience of 70 million people, and the fact that, and we just assumed the ads were for everybody. So to sort of whip smack from all masculine to totally feminine was just very amusing.
Yes.
And the fact that the soap doesn't talk at all about the nasty scrubbing of your bathroom floor and the very dirty dishes of what these poor housewives are actually having to do.
And then, of course, I'll mention again, my favorite part is when she says, "Oh, it's so gentle. Sometimes I forget I'm even doing the dishes, or I don't even know I have it on my." I'm like, you have soap on your hands, and you're doing dishes. It doesn't.
But you smell it, and you're taken to nirvana or something like that. So, other than that, this one I just rare push to the edge of the envelope of Nasty Jack. I mean, that's rarely is he quite, this is on the edge, maybe down to the part of when he would go to the first time he goes to see the Colemans, and he acts so rude and this is to that edge with me. But indeed, he does get his comeuppance from the young stars. So, like I said, just a kind of odd edge of grumpiness to this episode.
Well, and for me, it might be, I was trying to think of what is it that's different? What is it that's, and I was thinking, okay, it's like so often it's Jack having a scene with somebody, and then Jack has a scene with somebody else, and then maybe there's a group that are just something. This was like Jack and the executives. I think that was one of the best parts, really. Yeah. And then when they get to the Natalie Wood and Wagner piece, that is so Jack centric that it's just got to be Jack. The whole thing doesn't. It all is riding on Jack's performance.
Yeah.
There's not like he can't like rely on a Frank Nelson to take part of the weight, or a Mel Blanc to take part of the weight. It's Jack, and then these two young actors who are very good, but their part is pretty much straight. It's Jack that has the comedy pieces to it.
They should have been more buffoonish. I think if he could do it over again, they needed to be more extreme, because their extreme acting was just, that's kind of the way Jack, so maybe they should have tossed a few more pies.
I think if you would have taken Wagner's part, right? Robert Wagner's part, you could have let Natalie could do the same thing. She was fine. But if you would have taken his and got him more mad at how many times Jack's having him go to the door and have him be mad at, and don't have to redo this again, Jack, or whatever. And then also maybe have him say more about Jack kissing his wife. You're kissing my wife again. Stop it. We're not going to.
Think of how well Humphrey Bogart was able to do that with the when he had Lauren Bacall on the radio.
Yes.
Yes. So
yes,
yeah.
more of that. And I don't know if they just didn't think they could get that out of Wagner. I don't, or who knows. But to me, that's what it was missing. Some of the reactions on their part was too much. They were just kind of letting him do his thing, and he was being a jerk, and no one was really calling him out on being a jerk. They were just allowing it to happen, and that's kind of tough. So that's how it didn't work. I mean, like I said, seeing a young Natalie Wood and a young Robert Wagner, that was fun in and of itself, and just seeing what you were just going, wow, what a cute couple they were, and things, and it was just kind of nice. But John, what else was?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, you know, in that whole segment, you were sort of waiting for something to happen and to like try to make like, where are they going with this? And then it never really paid off. I think the idea was the fact that these are modern actors, they're young actors, and they're naturalistic, right? And the movies they do, they're playing natural. So the idea that they would play Jack Benny style is hilarious. I think was the idea, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't really pay off. And I agree. Like, the Jack Benny is a great straight man amongst crazy comedians.
Yes.
When he's the crazy comedian, it does not always work.
Well said. That's exactly, you nailed it. That is exactly it. It was flipped on its head, where it's usually not. Yes. It would be like if there would have been a crazy director. It would have been funnier if you had like a Frank Nelson as the crazy director or something, right? Or
like a Joe Besser, right?
And then Jack was in the actual movie or in the scene with them and reacting to the crazy director, and that would have
exactly doing the Claudette Colbert or Irene Dunn skit where he messes up, he barges his way into the play, and then they could do it straight, and he would mess up everything.
Yes.
You know,
that
that's another way in which it would work better.
And there were so many like missed opportunities in certain ways. I mean, it was funny when he's holding the couch, and then he has Natalie Wood hold the couch.
That was funny.
That was funny, and it worked. But he could have. I felt like,
but they could have played it up, right?
Little more.
Like the funniest part was her like struggling to hold the couch.
And they should have played that up a little more. And also doing it live is kind of. I mean, I don't know if. Who knows if they would have gotten better?
You're right. They were crammed onto that little set.
Both of them. Yeah. Well, and then they move it in front of the door. And when they moved it in front of the door, I thought, oh, Robert Wagner should have played it with the couch and climb over the couch to get to the door and act like the couch isn't even there. Like, this is normal.
Bang the door.
Open,
you know,
But they didn't. They moved the couch and stuff. And I was like, oh, that would have been funnier to see him just someone's at the door, and just go over to get the door and step on the couch to open the door and
the telegram delivery guy could have been a lot crazier.
Oh yeah. See, they would
like the crying.
That's where they could have used a Besser or one of those guys to do that. Would have been better. Yeah. Oh, the other part we need to mention in this is it does have Benny Rubin in it, and Benny Rubin is supposed to be the director of Hornblows at Midnight. And yet now he's the janitor or whatever that works there. And that was pretty much probably the funniest I've seen them talk about a director of because then at some point he tries to direct a little bit, and then Jack says, oh, you already had your chance or something, and it totally makes you go back to, oh yeah, that's the director guy. So,
no, that was I do think that one line where he's sweeping and they're like, who did direct Hornblows at Midnight? And he says, I did. I thought that was surprising, and that was the funniest part, maybe of the whole episode.
Well, it's so funny because what stood out to us then are these surprising moments. We get a character saying something we're not expecting at all, which you don't with Jack's shows. And for us watching them, you pretty much can go, oh, they're going to go here. Oh, it's going to be a joke like, oh, now it's going to be an old a joke about Jack's age, and now it's going to be a joke about Jack's violin playing. Or now, you can see things, they're broadcast. You can see what's coming up, and you still enjoy it. It's how they're going to deliver it. But in this one, there were a few surprises. The strangling guy that wanted to get strangled and thought he deserved it. The all of a sudden the director for Hornblows at Midnight is there doing the floor. And they both surprised me, and they were both funny.
I will say, they are kind of relying on the idea that everyone knows that Jack Benny, he'll louse things up if he's the director or whatever. But that first thing with the execs would work going in cold for a new viewer today.
Yes.
Horn Blows at Midnight, you kind of need to know the fact that Jack Benny had a flop called The Horn Blows at Midnight, and they always joked about it. Yeah. So
what I enjoy about our discussion, imagine that what we watched was a rehearsal, a first rehearsal of the show, and that we three got to go to the writer's room with Benny and they're going, it doesn't quite work. Hey, you three pitch hitters, have you got any ideas of what would make this show pop more? And then they go out and do it, and they'd have a much better show.
Yeah, well, and I think that's why so often after they film these, after they do the live, when they do the filmed, they use the live and go, oh, we need to punch this piece up. And so often with the film ones, some of the lines are written better. The problem is that it's not as fresh anymore, and it's not delivered as fresh, and so sometimes that doesn't work. So it's so strange with this concept, because you don't see this anywhere else, right? There's no other show where you go, oh yeah, if you watch a first season episode of Love Boat, in the 5th season, they do it again with different actors and everying, and rewrite it a little bit.
Every week, the same.
Yeah, yeah. I guess Love Boat's a bad example. Every week was the same thing, but anything. It's just kind of interesting to see a thing done again. Like in this case, we're thinking that they, when they redo this, it becomes the Jimmy Stewart and his wife Gloria. They do kind of the same thing for the filmed version, essentially, of this, but it's changed somewhat. But and I remember something I was going to say last time. So this for us, this is more for us. This is more inside, but it is whatever it is. The last thing we presented was Ernie Kovacs, and we were talking about how the difference from shooting from the live to the studio and things, and from the live to the filmed. And John was saying how the beginning of that episode, it was in front of the curtain sort of thing, where it was just Jack talking to Ernie Kovacs, and he was saying that wouldn't work so well in a filmed version of it, without really knowing that the filmed version of it doesn't have, that piece is gone. So because the film version keeps the jail part, the prison part at the end, but the beginning part becomes a whole dialogue thing that happens in the commissary as they're getting food, and it's just funny, and so it's a whole nother bit that takes place in another location. And I bet you anything they got rid of that, because the same thing John was saying, you can't really do it
right. And the mustaches were so associated with Ernie. Yes, he did other characters like Percy Dove Tonsils. What a name! And so he, so that was, those were some fairly specific Ernie Kovacs jokes.
Yeah.
So, but you're absolutely right. How much fun! So.
And then the same thing with this one, where it changes so much from the live to the film version. And who knows? Sometimes when I'm editing these things, I might just decide to throw the film version on after our discussion or after we present the live version, just so you can kind of compare them, because it is kind of fun to compare these things. And I might do the same with Ernie Kovacs episode. We'll see. If not, we'll catch it again when it comes around.
As we get into the 60s, the thing that is interesting is that it's a whole different world, and it's a whole different set of celebrities, right?
Yes.
Like, to see Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner with Jack Benny is very interesting and odd. Like, we're used to seeing Jack Benny with Claudette Colbert, and so the interesting thing is, seeing the different celebrities.
Yes.
Of the 70s rather than the 30s.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
I always think it's interesting when Jack gets young people on, and I'm going to say a young person that's going to not make any sense to modern audiences, but it is what it is.
A younger generation.
Johnny Carson on. Johnny Carson was the young guy, right? Really, Ernie Kovacs is a young guy,
he was only in his late 30s.
Robert Wagner and Natalie Cole are young people that he's on. And when he has Frankie Avalon on, when he has Wayne Newton on, they're young people that he interact, and it's great that Jack can work with almost with anybody, but I tend to think you get a little better performance out of Jack when he's working with people that he knows really well, like when he's got your Bob Hopes on, or someone that he has a history with and can play off of that a little more than your Frankie Avalons and things, because sometimes those episodes they work, but that person has to really bring their A game. I mean, the perfect example of it, I guess, is Johnny Carson, who those episodes work so well, but they work so well because Johnny Carson can meet Jack and be as funny as Jack. How are you going to have a Robert Wagner meet Jack at his energy level? It's probably not going to happen. It's not the same style of acting. It's not, yeah. I mean, he can do Robert Wagner can do comedy. I mean, we've seen him do comedy before. It's just it's not his wheelhouse as much. He's more drama is more of his thing. So anyway, yeah. But anything else with this one that stood out to anybody that you want to?
Yeah, well, just on those lines, it's interesting to see them dancing. It was odd to have a dance routine in the middle of a Jack Benny show, but it certainly makes it interesting.
Yes, and that's one of the number one ways I could totally tell it was live, because she pushes the chair back and it falls over as she pushes the chair back to start the dancing routine. And one of the extras back there sets it up and just like, okay, it's a fine. It's supposed to be like this. And you're like, yeah, that wasn't happening. But then, yeah, their dance routine, I thought it was funny because it's like, okay, how do we design a dance routine for two people that aren't really the best dancers? And so there's a lot of head movement stuff and the hand things and sort of, ooh, look at this, I can dance, we worked out this number. I'm like, that looks like something my sisters would have come up with in the 1970s as our dance routine or something. It's like, oh yeah, we're dancing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that part too, because and that's right as we're seeing him for the first time. I think it's very early on, so it's kind of they go all of a sudden they snap into this dance thing, and it's like, okay. But what a cute and cute that they mentioned that they've been married for 3 years and everything and all of that. It was, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable episode. It was just different.
Yeah, it just screams television. Like having a dance routine, that's a television thing, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. We need a filler for another minute or two. Or, let's just have you slide into a dance routine for 2 minutes and then we'll go back to the show. Like,
plus, just as you say, very much the commercials are because we're so used to so many years of Lucky Strike.
Yes.
Let's just say and I especially like Stripe toothpaste, the red white toothpaste.
Yeah.
So how
did that become Aquafresh? I mean, it's like the same concept as Aquafresh was back in the day of having your toothpaste and breath freshening all together
all in one. So,
or Aquafresh people watch the Stripes commercial because we could do that.
Beautifying, purifying your face. Something. I mean, the cosmetic commercials today on the internet are still kind of that way. But
for sure. For sure.
As you say, it's very television. I think that's an apt description.
So, well, tell me this, guys, before we go. So we know that I'm starting to do shorts and throw things out there as shorts. What part of this would you use as a short? Maybe the thing with the executives. Throw that out there. I don't know. It's got to be a 1 to 3 minute piece. Or maybe their dance number. I could do that. And John looks really still. I've never seen him be so still for so long. I think we have a frozen John, but it's such a good frozen John that I didn't even realize. I was like, boy, he's really paying attention to every word I say. But it's
curious. He looks curious.
I think we should always have John this way. This is great. He just looks interested in what we have to say, and yet we don't have to listen to John.
Me going,
it's great. Yeah, exactly. Whenever I freeze, I'm always weird. Yeah. We lost him entirely. Oh well. Now it's just us. Hey, look at that. Let's do another episode together now. Hey, wait. I know. Let's do that dance number we've been practicing. Well, look at that. You got a free dance number out of us. That's wonderful. All right. Well, Kathy, thank you so much. It's so much fun doing
It's
these with
Happy New
you.
Year. Oops,
Yeah,
because it's
Happy New
January
Year.
when we're
Yeah,
publishing.
Happy New Year next year before this gets released.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Happy October, everybody.
Because
So,
season 9, we're just so you know that we're recording this in January of 2025, and I have so many shows like in the can and old shows that we need to do intros of before. So we're on season 7, I think, now for you guys live, and this one from season 9. So we got to get through 2 seasons before you get to this. So maybe this will come out in the spring, but it probably is not going to be till next fall. But anyway, and John Henderson's back, but he's just his name, John Henderson.
John.
Did you ever have you wondered how to spell John Henderson? Well, now you know. It's incredible.
Now you know. Look under.
Well, and who knows? I think they get to see that. I'm not sure. Oh, no, John, he was sideways. I liked you sideways, John. Go back to. You missed it while you were gone. We did a little dance number and everything together.
Oh, wow.
And we have this whole bit where we're talking because you're frozen and you look so like you're paying attention the whole time. I'm like, we should have John like this all the time. We can say whatever we want. And he looks so interested in every word we have to say. Yeah. And it took us a while to realize you're frozen. I'm like, I'm going to throw it back to you. And then I'm realizing, I think he's frozen. He's not doing it. It's all good. I'm going to leave all that. That's too much fun. Anyway, John, thanks for coming back. Was there anything else you wanted to mention about the episode, John, or were we good?
Well, when I disappeared, you asked what clip you would use for a short, and I
did, yes, and you never gave me your answer,
Robert
John.
Wagner. I would include Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood because that's what's going to get people to click, to see a young.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's and I had in my notes that Dawn does the Lux ad on stage, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
not as entertaining. It was interesting to see him just do a hard sell. Usually, there's a joke with the middle commercial.
Yeah, but no, Lux, as you could tell, wanted the hard sell. They were really back to. No Jello ads for them.
No.
And notice he didn't say anything about Lux. So also Jack, they're super salesmen. They're not getting him to make Lux jokes during the.
Do I use the quirky dance number as my short, or do I use part of the episode where they're interacting with Jack as my short? I don't know.
You might have
kissing,
to.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to do the dance number.
I know what I was going to say. I do like seeing Jack in crazy outfits, so I enjoyed his director outfit.
He looked a little like John Ford, or that's really with the glasses and the puttees and the hat. So I thought that was
you got to end your short right when he arrives, right? And that's the big reveal. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That would, and I think that's right after they're done with the dance number, pretty much. So
that's good.
Might be able to work the whole thing in. So we'll see. All right. Well, enjoy, everybody. It's just fun to see them. I think this is the only appearance they ever do on his show.
I believe, yes, I believe so, as Laura says, by her account.
So it's nice that we have this. It's so nice that we have so many of the live performances and things, because very easily we could only have the syndication package to talk about, and that would be interesting in and of itself. But having these live ones are so much. It's just another flavor to add, and with us seeing them chronologically, which is kind of fun, you can kind of see how they go. Oh, there's a live one now. There's a couple filmed ones, and now there's another live one, and you can see how in real time Jack would kind of go back and forth between them, and I think it's delightful. So everybody have a great week. We'll see you folks next time. Everybody wave goodbye. John, you're not waving. Are you frozen again, John? Okay, we can see John's not frozen. That's awesome. Ta-ta.
Next week, be sure to watch the George Gobel Show with guest Don McNeil, brought to you by Stripe. The Red Stripes tell you this is the hexachlorophene toothpaste, Stripe, that gives you the benefits of toothpaste plus mouthwash. Jack Benny program is a J&M production, produced and directed by Seymour Burns, and written by Sam Perrin, George Balzer, Al Gordon, and Hal Goldman. Appearing on tonight's program were Harry Ellerby, Ken Peters, Rodney Bell, Glenn Turnbull, Benny Rubin, and Kip King.